The Independent Picture House is the only nonprofit art house independent cinema in Charlotte.
I think that the Independent Picture House is a place for all community members to come and share their stories and witness new stories and grow.
Well, I'm really impressed with this venue, the Independent Picture House. We have a couple of great art house cinemas in Atlanta, so it's nice to see that that is not just in sort of like pinpoint cities like New York, Chicago, LA, Atlanta, it's also in Charlotte.
I've met people in the last year who are like, oh, I didn't know we had an indie theater in town. And then once I tell them and I point them in this direction, they are just ecstatic about it.
Oh man, having the independent theater here is incredible. I mean, bringing movies that you don't usually get to see in normal theaters. And it's amazing to see that all come to Charlotte and this community, film community growing and expanding.
I feel like a lot of people maybe don't know what Charlotte has to offer in terms of that, and it's just trying to open people's eyes to what is around them.
Charlotte has a surprisingly large local scene. I think if you're not in it, you would have no idea the depth and variety of what we have here at home.
I think having a location like this is very important, and it makes it so much easier for independent filmmakers who are doing great work, great filmmakers to be able to screen their works here.
And I think, you know, this theater and hosting this festival is a great way to continue to foster the film scene here in Charlotte.
The Charlotte Film Festival is, I need to think about this one for a second.
Oh yeah, so the Charlotte Film Festival is really a way to bring together filmmakers with their audiences, directly connect patrons and volunteers and staff together.
I think, you know, at something like this, it's everyday people, and I think it's really great to be able to reach, you know, the community in such a way that I don't think, you know, sometimes we're able to do that at the bigger festivals.
It's been really great making deeper connections with people in these smaller film scenes and venues. Like the feeling of accessibility and welcomeness is automatically there.
The community here is very tight-knit. It's very nice to just know that you're supported and also know that there is a community here, and it feels very official, and I feel like a real official filmmaker for the first time in my life. And it's also just been good to kind of meet other student filmmakers.
The other thing that I'm quite happy about is hearing that there are so many filmmakers attending this festival.
One of the best things about a festival like this is meeting other filmmakers, seeing what they've done, and being able to discuss the, you know, creative and artistic choices that each artist, you know, makes once you see their film. So the talkbacks and Q&A sessions after each movie are so vitally important to me as a filmmaker and as a patron.
They had let him kind of camp out for a while.
The Q&As are a way for the audiences to interact with the filmmakers. And we try to have those at the end of every film where filmmakers are in attendance.
He had mentioned that the Today Show had reached out to him.
So I actually had a film in the festival last year, and I did a Q&A afterwards, and that was a fun experience. You know, having people care about your film is very special, and it's definitely one of those things that sticks with you.
It gives an audience an opportunity to interact directly with the filmmakers with questions. They get to hear the observations of the filmmakers that maybe they wouldn't be able to learn any other way.
The filmmakers here to like actually talk to you about the film, and I think it's something special about being able to share that in a setting with your community.
No filmmaker wants their art to simply be seen and then forgotten. All artists want to engage with their audiences. And that's what good theaters do, and that is absolutely what the Independent Picture House does.
It's Jones, I'm the writer and producer on.
The great thing about hosting the Charlotte Film Festival is that we are able to complete our mission of the 3 E's, which are to educate, engage, and enable the community through the power of cinema.
So the idea is to educate people about the art form, which is film. The engage piece is engaging with audiences across the Charlotte region, and in particular audiences that haven't had access to film traditionally. And then the enable E is about enabling the film industry in the Charlotte region.
Our goal here is to look at film as less of a product and more as a way to bring community together. It is a place for us to chew over ideas and to connect with each other.
One of the great things that we do here really well that you won't see at other places, especially in Charlotte, is engaged talkbacks and community discussions.
I think that the Independent Picture House offers such incredible programming, especially through our Community Impact series, where we partner with other nonprofits and organizations to highlight pressing needs or stories.
The Community Impact Film Series is designed to pick issues that are relevant and urgent to the community, find a film as a launch pad to have conversations, and then bringing in experts and educators and thought leaders, as well as filmmakers, as a springboard to have a discussion about these topics. We want these events to give our community an opportunity to engage.
I think I kind of forget that the Independent is a nonprofit until you're kind of here in the mix, and you do hear people talk about how all the staff are volunteers.
So because we work in an entirely volunteer capacity and we are a very small team, we're all dedicated to the mission of discovering different.
One of the reasons we wanted to create the Independent Picture House and make it a 501c3, not-for-profit organization was so that we didn't have to be hostage to a corporate sort of situation.
This is how we in this city are introduced to other options and possibilities when it comes to movie viewing. I feel like it's necessary. Otherwise, all we have are the big blockbusters here in the city.
Where we have a lot more say over what kind of things we get to play, what kind of decisions we get to make about the movies, and fun events like community series or talkbacks with directors.
But what that means is we won't make as much money as a typical commercial movie theater. I think it's really important for people to understand. They need to understand we have to have the financial support of the community too, to keep doing this. And that's just a reality of being a not-for-profit arts organization.
There's a lot of things that the community can do, and I mean the biggest thing is to support us, not only by attending our films and events, but also getting a membership, spreading the word of mouth is really great. Talk about the films after the film is over. Provide and create community after the screenings. Come out to the lobby or stay in the auditoriums.
As a filmmaker and as a person who loves film, venues like these are really important, and I sort of feel a responsibility to patronize them as often as I can, support them in any way possible.
It makes me want to kind of spread the love more, and so I plug this place at work all the time, and I try to make sure that everyone comes here because I want this place to last.
Heading into our second year, we couldn't be more happy with where we are currently. We definitely would like to, in year number 2, expand our programming and not just have people coming to the Independent Picture House, but going out into the communities.
I'm really excited to see where the festival continues because I'm already seeing it growing so much and us fostering so many different relationships with our local community. And I've been involved with it since 2016, and it's just been really exciting to see how far the festival has come since I was just scanning tickets.
My hope for the Independent Picture House and the Charlotte Film Festival is that we grow and become a Charlotte staple and live a long life.
I think the Independent can really be a hub for independent filmmakers like myself to kind of have a home, and I really have a lot of hope for the Charlotte film scene. We can make this into an independent film mecca.
It won't be strange to see Denzel Washington come here. It won't be strange to see Will Smith. You know, I want it to be a place where people come to Independent Picture House because they know that's a place where they're gonna have excellence. That's where they host the best of the best festivals.
What we're going to become, I think, it's going to be really exciting. I think by later, probably next year, we're going to start some of that dialogue and think about, okay, this is going so well, where do we take it from here? So.
Awesome. I think that'll do it for me, unless you have any other.
No, I don't think so.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tom.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Happy people, that's what we like. Don't we, Brad?
Say what?
We need happy people.
Yeah.
Apart from him, obviously.
Yeah.
He needs to balance it out.
That's right.
How's this year been?
Terrible.
Really?
Yeah, it's awful. It's the worst festival ever.
You heard it here first.
Disgusting. It's awful. Hate it. Wish that it's blood.
That's awesome.
What kind of festival are you guys throwing around here?
I told you. It's yeah.